This is an autobiographical song. Can I get just a little more vocal in the monitor, please? It's called My Head. Well, it's lean and it's mean and it's shaped like a bean, and it doesn't take much to keep the thing clean. It's my head. Got an ear on each side and a nose in the middle. One eye looks right at you and the other's a little inclined to the left. It's an unanswered riddle. It's my head. There's a mouth. That's a horse of a different color. It can sing you to sleep, or its bark can be vulgar, but its bite isn't really much because the teeth have grown duller in my head. Now conditions have altered its outward appearance. All the growth that once flourished has long since gone on clearance, and the furrows and lines have increased through the years on my head. Oh, I'd give anything under the sun for 2 eyebrows and let's try that. Give anything under the sun for 2 eyebrows that channel the sweat as it runs down my forehead and tries to get into my eyes. But a hair club for men doesn't have that disguise for my head. Well, it gets me in trouble cause of where I might stick it. Curiosity gets me caught in a thicket, but it thinks its way out of a sticky wicket. It's my head. Well, what goes on inside is paradox. Yesterday pure genius, today box of rocks. I keep my mind open on rusty hinges and locks on my head. I know there's some good stuff stored away in there, but it's been quite a while since I've actually been there. There's stories and secrets and memories somewhere in my head. And by now you're all thinking this guy must be mental. But the point of my story's become incidental. See, I've forgotten the lyrics, so let's go instrumental. My poor head. We're going to pass on that. My fingers are a little too cold from sitting under that air conditioner. I've heard that God in his infinite wisdom only made so many perfect heads, and on the rest of them he sprouted a turf, and that's how he covered them, not my head. So if I were you, I wouldn't worry too much about all of life's little trifles and such, or you'll wind up one day with nothing to touch on your head. Oh, I'd give anything under the sun for 2 eyebrows that channel the sweat as it runs down my forehead and tries to get into my eyes. But a hair club for men doesn't make that disguise for my head. Well, it's lean and it's mean and it's shaped like a bean, and it doesn't take much to keep the thing clean. But I'm through trying to get you to see what I mean. It's my head. My poor head. Thank you. This is called Wondering. Walking from room to room in this house, trying to figure things out, trying to decide what it is that I want, what I've been living without. It's late in the evening. No, it's not. It's lonesome and quiet as the dust settles down. Trinkets that you used to love, keep them in view, they remind me of you. It's mostly what I'm thinking of. Late in the evening, late in the year, sunset comes streaming on in. In the window that's facing the western horizon, the sunset slowly begins. Remember the summer, how much you loved it, the sunshine so warm on your skin, sweltering heat on the day that I lost you, never to see you again. I lay down my head on the pillow again, wondering where you might be. The years have gone by and I've lost track of time, wondering if you still think of me. I've been a recluse, I know there's no excuse for living behind these old walls. I watch the paint peeling, devoid of all feeling, and often I don't answer calls. My roof, it needs mending, my chimney is bending, windows are covered with grime. My heart's found no closure, I've lost my composure, now I'm just biding my time. I lay down my head on the pillow again, wondering where you might be. The years have gone by and I lost track of time, wondering if you still think of me. Floors are all creaking, and so are my bones, moving much slower these days. I thought we'd grow old together, my love, and get set in each other's ways. But all I have left is this lonely old house, the memories it holds within. Walking from room to room to room, spending my days wondering. I lay down my head on the pillow again, wondering where you might be. Years have gone by and I lost track of time, wondering if you still think of me. I lay down my head on the pillow again, wondering where you might be. The years have gone by and I've lost track of time, wondering if you still think of me. The years have gone by, Lord, I've lost track of time, wondering if you still think of me. That's another autobiographical tune. It's called, what's it called? Morning Person. When I was a baby, I'd wake up at all hours, drive my parents crazy, poop and golden showers. Got a little older, and I would run and play, toss the sheets, hit the streets, and go all day. Then all of a sudden, much to my surprise. Had to go off to the school against my pleas and cries. Had to get up early and show up every day. Lost all of my freedom, and that's why I am this way. I'm not a morning person, I don't really care. I don't like the mornings if I have to be somewhere. I wake up really slowly, my eyes are full of sand. And if I have to use the loo, well, I can barely stand. So should you need assistance, anything you do, make sure if you call on me, it's sometime after 2. Years went by so quickly, I became a man. But in my head I was still a kid. I didn't understand why everyone around me was always tired and numb. I felt the same. Now who's to blame? The answers wouldn't come. I'd wake up every morning at the crack of dawn, wipe the sleep out of my eyes, and out the door I'd run. I'd get home in the evening, my days were long and hard. My wife was mad, the kids were bad, sad, and that was my reward. I'm not a morning person, and I don't really care. I don't like the mornings if I have to be somewhere. I wake up really slowly, my eyes are full of sand. And if I have to use the loo, well, I can barely stand. So should you need assistance, anything you do, make sure if you call on me, it's sometime after 2. I used to have employment, working with my hands. Then the COVID virus came and swept across the lands. It ravaged many people and made us all despair. We stayed inside, we tried to hide, we couldn't go nowhere. We couldn't see our families, we couldn't see our friends. We couldn't go to work each day, we couldn't pay our rents. So I got fat and lazy, I ate the whole day through. I sat and watched the YouTube 'cause there's nothing else to do. I didn't have to wake up, I didn't have to go to bed. I'd stay up late and ruminate, and this is what I said. I'm not a morning person, and I don't really care. I don't like the mornings if I have to be somewhere. I wake up really slowly, my eyes are full of sand. And if I have to use the loo, well, I can barely stand. So should you need assistance with anything you do, make sure if you call on me, it's sometime after 2. Now I am an old man, near the end of life. My mother and my father died, and then so did my wife. My kids have grown and left me, they're living their own dreams. They all have my blessings now, but I'm alone it seems. So if I seem unhappy, or just a little blue, as long as I can sleep in late, I'm better off than you. I'm not a morning person, and I don't really care. I don't like the mornings if I have to be somewhere. I wake up really slowly, my eyes are full of sand. And if I have to use the loo, well, I can barely stand. So should you need assistance with anything you do, make sure if you call on me, it's sometime after 2. If you can find somebody else, and that's what you should do. Hey, call me when you're finished, and then I'll come visit you. Woo! See, that's what happens when you get up early in the morning. You can't make it through the evening.